Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hyrule Chronicles, Legend of Zelda D&D campaign. My name is ArticulateT. This is episode 105, I believe. And with me, as always, I have Renji Vox being played by the lad.
The Harvester must die.
I have Hikan Sio being played by Avrdal.
I've been saying the Deckham and the Schnoz for like 5 episodes now, so...
We know.
I have Zayden Shari being played by Robopirate.
We're almost there. Good.
And I have Max being played by Keistrith.
Go kick his ass.
So, friends, what happened
if he
last
has one
time?
of those.
So, last time, after fleeing the ziggurat, the members of the Storm's Eye find themselves in unfamiliar bodies. Turned into animals, they know they'll have to follow the Harvester, but rest is sorely needed. Renji, during his rest, is contacted by the enigmatic figure that has visited all of the Storm's Eye by now. He is still unwilling to identify himself, but after a bit of contentious conversation, he gives Renji a crystal orb that could, in the hands of a skilled wizard, one such as Uriel over at Castletown, restore the Storm's Eye to their humanoid bodies. The conversation then ends rather abruptly, as Renji wakes along with the rest of his party, while Mara brandishes her mace. They're being attacked! Shades wearing or possessing bodies sewn together like the Harvester's own physical body attack, but the Storm's Eye manages to get rid of them with ease. It's clear they have to hurry to Castletown. One quick teleport, and they're there. Alarm bells are ringing, and it's clear that the Harvester's minions are terrorizing the town. And while Hikan alerts several of the temples to the monster's weaknesses, the others head over to Uriel's shop. With Hikan rejoining them, they fight off several more of these minions and manage to free Uriel from his shop, which had been nailed shut by magical means. With his help, the Shades are dispatched of quickly. Uriel had also been contacted by man appearing in this dream, and with the orb that Renji presents to him, he turns them back into their original forms.
Yes. And so it is that we rejoin our fellows as they have been returned to their normal humanoid forms, standing in the midst of a city street in the Noble District. Uriel just kind of holds on to this crystal, which now, instead of simply being see-through glass, is filled with this light with swirling specks of black in it. And he just kind of takes a deep breath. Right. Now then. He pockets it a bit. Come back to me about this particular thing later. In the meantime, I believe we have a crisis on our hands, do we not?
Apparently so, yes. We should get to the castle as soon as possible. I think the Harvester is there.
That's what it's called, right? Okay. He kind
I was
of
going
like
to say, it's not very original, but I do not want to offend the DM.
That's fine. That's fine. He like Uriel kind of.
That was a joke. I do not mean it that way.
It's fine. Uriel tugs at the lapels of his very fashionable, if a bit scuffed now, set of robes. He turns towards the street that would head closer to the castle. Says, "Now then, lead on, I suppose." Mara,
Max is already heading that way.
As you depart, Mara calls after you and says, I'm going to stay here and take care of the civilians, okay? I'll see... Be careful, please.
You too.
You rush as fast as you all can on foot down the busy streets. There are a few, you can see down alleyways, like more of these guards fighting against these abomination things, but they are quite the distance away, and of course, if your quarry is in the castle, there may be no more time in order to act. However, thanks to your previous interactions with the folks of the Temple District, you can see joining the fray are various different clerics and priests brandishing holy symbols and casting admittedly comparatively paltry divine magic against these foes, but the tide is now turning in the favor of the people of Hyrule.
Sacred flame? Sacred flame for days.
Yeah.
As you round the righteous fury.
Turning into sacred flamethrowers.
As you turn the corner and make your way down the main street towards the castle, castle gates, you see that there's even more of these little interactions between guards and priests and these monsters. There's screams and cries that go up in every direction. Alarm bells continue to ring throughout the city, and as you get to the portcullis, you see a platoon of royal guard who are standing braced and ready. As you run towards them, one of them holds up their hand and says, "I'm sorry, we can't let you go through. If we open this gate, it could make..." Pardon?
We are the Storm's Eye. If you do not open the gate, we will make sure that we get to where we need to be. If you are opening this gate, tell us now so that we can hurry up.
They
No,
they kind
okay. In that case, I just go Misty Step inside.
Okay. You Misty Step through. Through the portcullis onto the other side. What about the rest of you? What are you doing?
Zidon will use his broom of flying and go over.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do this to see how they react to. Okay, 32 intimidation.
So you intimidate. You like.
I'm just glaring at them. There might be some dragon fear in this.
Yeah, that's fine. As you glare at them, they kind of like a couple of the line kind of shuffle back. At which point Uriel says, "Hikan, take him over the wall." And Uriel moves forward to the others, like saying, "I'll try and help him hold the line here. Might free up a couple of them and get inside. I'll try and get in as soon as I can."
How tall's the castle wall?
It's a good 70 feet high.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll dash and make it over. Even carrying max at half speed, that would still be... So yeah, I'll have to use a key point to get all the way over, but that's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think you have to worry about that because we're not interns.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we're because we're out of combat. You don't have to worry. You just kind of like you swiftly grab Max and like a bolt of lightning, as appropriate for the Storm's Eye, you run up the wall over the other side and land safely into the courtyard. Uriel takes up ranks with the other guards and kind of rolls up his sleeves and begins casting a wall of light that surrounds that begins to slowly rise immediately in front of the portcullis and then slowly begins to expand outwards further and further and further. It's possible that he's trying to do his best to surround the entire circumference, but that's a ways away, so he might be stuck for a bit. But yes, you with all of you now over the castle wall, you rush inside. Unfortunately, as you continue through, you can keep hearing the sound of conflict. More orders shouted between guards as you can see flickers of shadows through the windows and down other hallways. Roll for me. Actually, I don't think I need you to, because this will probably go off your passive perception at this point.
That's
even
22
still.
for me then.
Yeah, you can hear a number of the guards shouting orders regarding like needing to keep more of these beasts away from the throne room. So it's...
I'll siphon off some like pearlescent energy from my shield with a pearl of power embedded in it to regain my spell slot, and I look to the others of the Storm's Eye and say, throne room, it is where we need to be.
Any of us
Lead the
been to
way.
the throne room other than Renji?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Max just
Yes,
says
we
lead.
have.
Max just said
Big
Max.
barons.
Max just says lead the way. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you guys have also been in a castle probably enough times to know where the throne room is. You charge down the hallways, turning corners left and right as fast as you can before eventually coming across a pair of big, grand double doors that lead into the throne room, into the audience chamber. As you burst through, you can see a cacophony of battle inside. Guards are standing fast as best they can against more of these shadow creatures. You can hear what sounds like Impa and Impa fighting against some of these shadow monsters alongside other soldiers. You can hear shouts between Marius and Sophitia. Whether or not they're arguing between them in this situation is hard to tell at this point. But between you and them is this tall column of roiling flame-like shadows that is so obscured in its darkness, it's difficult to see any of its features. But there's a part of you that feels that as you burst through the door, you can feel it turn around and eye you. And it says, faster than expected. Now then. Welcome, Renji. I suppose you still wish to stand against me?
This is your trial. You are here accused of heinous crimes. I ignite an aspiration. You are charged with treason, conspiracy to harm the royal family, acts of violence against the royal family, crimes against morality, and breach of contract. And I rush in.
Okay. If that is the case,
So,
I'd like everybody to roll initiative as we enter into this final conflict with the Harvester.
Moving.
Oh, golly, looking at my other roll, I'm so glad I have the stick of rolling.
23.
I love rolling initiative. I don't think I've rolled above a 10 in like many weeks.
Okay. All right. So, I've rolled initiative for everybody else in this already. But let's see here. So we have top of the round, Renji. You see before you this. You see before you probably quite literally the Harvester, but he's shrouded in some kind of magical dark energy, and stands between you and the royal family behind him on the far end of the hall. you can see a number of these shadow beasts are currently engaged in combat with some of the guards. And yeah, he possibly stands ready to fight you. It's difficult to tell with all the shadow magic that's around him.
Okay. I will move.
I'm going to turn it down a bit as well. It's quite loud.
15, 30 feet. And seeing Impa and the other Sheikah still standing guard, my first course of action is going to be to attack these 3 shadow monsters with Eldritch Blast. 1 beam per enemy.
Okay.
That is a 20.
Let's see.
That is a 19, so 29. And another 20.
Okay. So, and are these one for each of the things that are fighting the other Sheikah, or?
Yes. So
Okay.
for these 3.
All right. So we'll go. So they all hit. So we'll go down the line left to right.
Left to right. Okay. That is 2 points of damage.
Okay.
7 points of damage. And 7 points of damage.
Okay. All right. You let loose your eldritch energies, and they sail through the air, slamming into the back of these 3 shadow beasts. As they recoil and look to you, Impa kind of gives you kind of a curt nod of like she's currently all business right now. So it's but Impa is now aware that you are here and part of the fight, and continues fighting against these things. Is there
bonus action?
Yep.
I would like to put my Hexblade's curse on the harvester.
Okay.
And I say, you will go down here and now.
Okay. Zayden.
I was looking at using Dawn, then I noticed it's this wide. That's a bit much.
Just
Bit much. Moonbeam is handily
Basically,
shaped.
all of these guards, and Renji. But Renji would be fine with a bit of Dawn.
Yeah, it's just some detergent.
This swirling field of magic around him, might I be able to dispel it?
Sure. What level are you casting it?
Let's go with, what have I got space for? I'll say 5th.
5th? Okay. You begin to... you see this magical effect, and you reach out and try and disrupt the magic. That is more than enough than you need. So you snag it, and the aura kind of dissipates once again, leaving the harvester's amalgamated terrible form visible before all of you in its detail. He kind of just like turns slowly to look at you, Zayden, and is like, very well. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Let me see, what have I got that's useful? Not at least that much. going to go with a triumphant transformation into fire,
Okay.
Nice.
which then gives me 50 feet of movement speed to go here. Oh, not there.
And
Here.
through.
Oh yes,
Okay.
and through him. So, which one is it? This one.
Okay. A damage? Alright. You fly through him. The fire kind of enveloping him. It's difficult to say whether or not he cries out in pain at that. It might be difficult to say because of what he is wearing. But it's clearly done damage to that exterior.
Is his are his stitchings burning?
Maybe a little. Yeah. So, anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yeah, that was bonus action, movement, and main action, and then now he's on fire as well. So that's a D10 every turn.
Okay. Then it is Hikan's turn.
Okay. So Hikan shakes loose his injured arm, removing the bandage and activating the Eldritch Claw tattoo.
Mhm.
Then I'm going to move, and Harvester will get an attack of opportunity because I'm going to go 25 feet there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feet, or 25 feet upwards. So I'm pretty certain that'll move out of his range.
Okay, give me 2 seconds.
Unless he's got an exceptionally long tentacle that hits 20 feet out, which he might, he's a harvester.
So as you rush past, he's going to try and snatch out with one of the larger claws of his suit. 16 doesn't hit, so you're fine.
Does not.
And he's used his reaction.
Yeah, so you get there. Yep.
Alright, I hope everyone's paying attention because we're about to get a lot of information. I'm going to hit him once. 27 for 16.
That hits.
Spending 2 key points. I need 1 Constitution saving throw. Unless he's immune to stun, which he could be.
11, he uses legendary resistance to pass this one, because I imagine this is Stunning Strike.
That one
That's
is
one
stunning
legendary
strike
resistance. Okay.
And then I'm also going to proc a Hand of Harm. So we'll find out if he's immune to necrotic damage, but this also will poison him because of Physician's Touch.
Okay.
Assuming he's not immune to poison.
Okay. You feel as if the necrotic damage hasn't done as much damage as it should. And you do not believe that any poison has taken effect.
Excellent.
Immunity to poisoned.
Good to know. I want to punch him again.
Okay.
That's only a 15 though.
That does not hit.
Okay. And then I'm going to move my last 5 feet upwards.
Okay.
And that's turn.
At the end of your turn, he is going to he doesn't turn to face you. As you glance back, what you do notice is that one of the things that he has attached to his body is this long club-like tail that you last saw upon the Helmasaur King when you fought that, and it snaps out and tries to strike at you. 26 for 21 bludgeoning.
26 hits.
Okay.
21 bludgeoning. That would be.
Snaps out like a whip. Slams into you and smashes into the stonework floor, cracking it quite harshly.
I should have been
yes.
more careful picking out my sacrifices.
Fine. It's fine. We're good.
And then it is his turn. On his turn, he kind of, yep.
Fire damage.
He casts a glance to each of you within his range, and he mutters something eldritch under his breath. I would like everybody within 30 feet of the harvester, that's all of you, to make for me a wisdom saving throw.
That's
Just for Max's benefit, this is a spell.
I get a 29.
Okay. So you, yeah, you reach out.
I started in his range and haven't got to move yet. I don't want to get hit by a spell.
Before I say anything though, what level do you cast this as?
You know what? I'm gonna roll a third. Let's go.
Okay. So it's a charisma check.
I'm gonna spend the inspiration I've had this entire game. 21.
21. That is enough. You, because there's no 11th level spells. You reach out and snatch the arcane energy that is trying to manifest as what he
also
said.
Max yells no.
Yeah. As what he yells out doesn't get anywhere. So let's see. What he is going to do on his turn is he's going to, let's see what he can do on this one. So he's cast that. This is okay. As a bonus action, what he's then going to do is he's going to just shake his head wearily. He will vanish from his spot in a familiar burst of pixelated energies and reappear right in front of you, Max.
Okay.
And that will be his turn.
That's fine.
I'll be flanking him, sure enough.
And then Impa will continue her fight against these shadow beasts. There is a lot of people on this map for our podcasty folks. So to save me some trouble, I'm going to forego a couple of these folks in their combats and just say that they do certain amounts of damage as we go, just for the sake of speed. She swings forth and slices into the shadow beast in front of her. Aaliyah raises this great long sword and pulls it around into a wide swing that cuts into another one. And then it is your go, Max.
Okay. I would like every enemy in this room to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, what?
We'll start with the harvester. 21.
Okay. Takes half.
Takes half, so that's 14. Okay. Then we'll go through all the shadow beasts. So that is, and that's every enemy in this room, right?
Every enemy.
Every enemy.
They're all in range, and I have
1,
enough
2,
cubes.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's 9 dex saves from the shadow beasts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only one of them passes.
One success.
So the harvester and that one take half of 28, and the rest take 28.
Okay.
It'll soften them up a bit for the guards.
It will.
And then I'm going to use Quicken Spell to Shocking Grasp the big eye.
17 is
17
not
probably
enough.
doesn't it?
No,
No.
sorry.
Ooh.
Does he
Okay.
have the Helmasaur King's face?
Yeah, does he have any medals in 19?
You know what? He does have metal molded from the Helmasaur King around his head, so I would say that probably counts. A 19 is just enough to pass. So you do 11 damage.
11
Hell
damage.
yeah.
Okay, I just need to continue going down this list of people.
And that's
You-
my turn.
You really did a number on these guys. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
I told you I would do stuff with it next time.
In fact, you guys like this. There's a. What's the? How does the Storm's Eye look? Because it is your spell.
Like last time in the description, like all the air in the room just stops. And then just... It's like a brief flash of storm clouds and lightning just everywhere. But it only hits, like, the things that I targeted.
Mhm.
And then it just disappears.
Nice. After the cacophony of the briefest, quickest cacophony of noise and destruction, all of these shadow beasts and the harvester are singed and smoldering with this smoke. And the one that is currently fighting Aaliyah simply falls apart from the intense attack, forcing it to emerge from its body into the room. It is their turn. Let's see. They're currently fighting as best they can, but now they've been heavily damaged, and the fight is not going in their favor as of yet. Next up, it is the royals. Of the royal family that is currently present, while Marius clearly has a sword that is clearly magical, Rufus does not have a weapon as such, so most of the fighting falls to Sophitia, still dressed in her handmaid's disguise, but clearly having taken at least some damage from a previous battle. She lets loose a quick firebolt that surges towards this center shadow beast in the over here. It nails the thing, but it is still not enough to take it down. Then as the guards go, and they do a bang-up job, like falling back into formation in order to try and keep these beasts at bay. That was a stellar first round. Like, nice work. Ads are taken care of very, very succinctly, even if
You
they are.
you gotta
still
deal
kind of
with the
threat.
ads.
Yeah.
Want to break from the ads?
I have played video games before. I know how to play the video games.
Mhm.
Renji.
Until you get to... Oh, yes. I am going to chase after the harvester. And I am going to do 2 slashes with Eldritch... no, not with Eldritch Blast. With Aspiration, my Sunblade.
Okay.
We're going to have to see if this is an undead creature.
Enjoy your advantage.
21, which hits.
Mhm.
I'm not using sneak attack on this one just yet.
You should
Okay.
have advantage. I'm right there.
Yeah.
I should have advantage. Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Let me roll this with normal advantage then to mimic super advantage. 22. So yep. That hits. No sneak attack on this one. 9 radiant damage, or 13 if it's undead.
It is not undead.
So
Yes, this
9
is an
plus
aberration.
5 is 14 points of damage.
Okay.
Hexblade curse damage is necrotic, correct?
That is, no, just extra.
Okay,
No,
cool.
Hex is necrotic.
That's
Hexblade's
what-
curse
Hex
is
is
whatever
necrotic.
you're doing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But Hexblade's curse is added, just like sneak attack damage, which I am going to add on this strike. with super advantage. 29.
Mm-hmm.
So 17 plus 12 is 29 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And I say, I'm not even going to give you the chance of surrender. I find you guilty.
He just stands and chuckles to himself. Is there anything else that you want to do on your turn?
At the moment, no, I am going to stay here.
Okay. If that is the case, at the end of your turn, he's going to swiftly break out, like move out a hand, and close it. Zayden, I need you to make for me a not Constitution, a Charisma saving throw.
Is this a spell?
No,
Okay.
it is a spell-like ability.
I was
spell-like abilities.
I was hovering over counterspell while you were saying that.
I'll use my inspiration to at least have a 16.
Okay. As you try and gird yourself against this effect, as something is trying to pull, like, a burst of twilight energy encircles your fire elemental form, and as you do, you manage to hold on to where you currently are, as you have avoided being shunted into the twilight, at least very briefly. But yeah, it is now your go.
Well, as rude as that was, I need to go up here and protect these children, so I'm gonna just walk up here, walk into these freeze space. So
Okay.
Let's go left to right. 7, 2, and 4 fire damage, and they're all on fire.
Okay, I'm going to move you a sec so I can apply the damage.
Yeah. I'll also leave myself. Actually, I probably shouldn't stand in them anyway, so that they're easier to hit. So probably end there.
7, 2, 4. Okay.
And it's probably better to remove combatants, so I'll target this guy. Yeah. Poke.
Oddly enough, at least on this one, it's a lot of damage. You just reach out and like push it or shove it or poke it with the intense flame that constitutes your being.
Hug of fire.
It remains. It's barely hanging on, but it remains in a constant physical form. Unfortunately, a 9 is not going to do it.
Luckily, it is on fire, and it'll take a d10 at the start of its turn.
Yeah. Okay. Grant, anything else you want to do on your turn?
Nope, that was move and main action.
Okay. Hikan.
Yay! What do I got here? I think everything there is hurt a decent amount. So I'm gonna take a 5-foot step to the right, and I'm going to punch wind past this guard's head.
Targeting this one?
Yeah, targeting that guy. Don't think a 15 hits.
15 does not hit, sadly.
Okay, I'm gonna try again. How about a 22?
That hits and takes away the
17.
last of its physical constitution, leaving it to be replaced by this shadowy entity.
Okay, so it's 2. I've done 5 feet. So if I go there, so that would be a total of 30 feet of my movement. God, I've got so much.
How can I hold all of these movements?
Monk fun.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna spend a key point to do flurry of blows.
Okay.
13 doesn't hit.
No.
Does 17 hit?
17 hits, and also deals enough
Alright.
damage for it to evaporate and let it or free its shade-like entity from within.
Yeah, and then I will shout to the other Sheikah and Sophitia, if you've got the light damage, the radiant stuff, that works better against these guys. And then I'm gonna use the last. I got 25 feet of movement left. I'm gonna go help out this guard and give him flanking.
Okay. Sweet. Then it is the Harvester's go. Seeing that he is...
Takes 6 fire damage.
Okay. What puts out that fire? Is it in action?
It is an action,
I see.
I believe.
Until someone takes
yeah,
an
someone
action
takes
Action
an
to
action.
douse the fire.
Ah, wow. That's pretty
It's
scary.
quite rude.
It is quite rude. Actually, I just need to have a look and see what the... Okay. So, on his next turn, or on his current turn, he's going to look down at you, Renji, and he's going to say, "So sure of yourself. How very entertaining."
You know my track record.
And he's going to like reach within him and throw his arms out to the side as he casts another spell.
Counter spell.
What
Well,
level?
Max goes first.
Okay, doesn't matter.
And that's fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah.
I have plus 5 charisma. I'm odds on.
Fair enough. Fair enough indeed.
I think when we say, like, you know my track record, and he tries to fling this magic at me, and it just fizzles out.
And you just hear from behind the house Max yelling in Draconic, "Go fuck yourself."
You've discounted my friends, too.
He slowly turns to Max and says, "I suppose I have." And as a bonus action, reaches out to try and snatch you. 23 to hit.
Yep, it's
Okay. Make a dex save as you can, please.
I'm not good at those, but I got an 18.
Yeah. So the claws dig into you and swipe at you, but you manage to like sidle out of the way just enough to be able to avoid being snatched by him. And then that will be his go. He gets his legendary actions back, and it is Impa's turn. She deals more damage to the thing in front of her, knowing at this point that the fire elemental in the room is her friend. So she'll keep doing that.
Fire is friend. Very important life lesson.
Aaliyah, in turn, will take her blade and swing it down to deal with this, to deal with the last of these, this physical thing here, and it will cause another of these shades to manifest between the two of them. And then, as her turn ends,
I was gonna say, I hope I don't get in trouble for burning through the carpet. This carpet's ruined.
I don't think that's a priority right now. As her
The
turn
carpet's also going to be covered in shadow goop. Come on.
As her turn ends, the Harvester will use a legendary action to have its tail whip out again, this time aiming for Max. 17 for 13?
That hits. My AC is only 16.
Okay, so you take 13 bludgeoning damage as this club tail swings and hits you in the side, and it is now your turn.
I really wish it would have targeted me. It wouldn't have hit even.
You told it. You told the harvester your power is your friends.
Okay, well, his
My
friends
friends are also my friends.
I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't think Renji would really put the elements of harmony into the equation here.
You know what time it is.
Yes.
Let's do 5th. Dex save, please.
Okay. When he gets a 10.
38 lightning damage, please.
Okay.
Oh.
What save is this?
And I will spend 2 sorcery points and shocking grasp him again.
Before you shocking grasp him, I would like you to make a dex save, please.
Oh. 23.
Okay. So you take half of this. As a lightning hits, as the first wave of lightning hits him, he reels back and, using his reaction, tries to fling it back to you with hellish flame. You take half of 33 as he uses hellish rebuke against you.
Can you tell me what the number is?
That would be 16
or 17 because we round up. That's right.
Yeah, 17. Yeah.
Okay. And then I do my shocking
Then you
grasp.
do your thing. Yeah. 27 hits. It deals 8 damage.
And because I used sorcery points on the spell, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks made before the start of my next turn.
Okay.
Because I have the Claw of Chaos.
I see. Very well.
I'm done.
Done. Okay. Shadow Beasts go. They are going to... they do manage to get a couple hits in. Unfortunately, while the guards are doing their damnedest, it is sadly... They are at a disadvantage in a one-on-one fight. So...
That one and 8 for that.
Oh, yeah. 8 for that one, so that one goes down. And then that one
6 is
takes
enough to pop that
6. Yeah. Okay. And then, so these guards in particular, this one manages to overwhelm its guard, and with a mighty swing of its distended arm, sends this poor fellow tumbling to the ground. Then this one will reach out with its shade-like powers and grasp onto this guard. He manages to hold on, but barely. And then this other one up here also manages to overpower his opponent, and with a meaty thud, sends him to the ground. See. I guess I would try, but roll 20 is being weird. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
There we are.
No.
Okay. So that would be their turns. Then Marius and the royal families go. Sophia is going to line up another firebolt and fire it at this shade between the 2 Sheikah bodyguards, dealing a significant amount of damage. And then at the end of her turn, the Harvester is going to use another legendary action to see if he can swing that tail back at Hikan again, because he is now within range, I believe. How far away are you? Yeah, you're in range.
20, yeah.
But the 12 does not hit. You manage to nimbly dodge out of the way of this one in particular.
Hikan, do you want to trade dice?
Yeah. And it is the guards go. And despite everything that is currently happening, they soldier on best they might. This one is going to maneuver around here to flank with their buddy. And the same on this side as well. And this one is going to deal that damage there. Okay. Renji, it is your go.
I think it's going to be, again, 2 more strikes of aspiration.
Okay.
That is a 29.
That hits.
No sneak attack damage on this one. It is going to be 15 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And then the next one is going to be a 30. With
Okay.
sneak attack damage, that is a total of 28 points of radiant damage.
Okay. Sweet. And is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
Okay. As your turn ends... Oh, I forgot to do the... Roll your dice for being on fire. No, wait, no, that's the harvester's thing. Sorry. When...
Yep.
Yeah, that hasn't
That's
happened
going
yet.
to happen,
Don't worry.
on 16.
He is going to use his last legendary action for this round to strike at you with his tail, though, Renji.
Okay, good luck.
But
26
That actually
for
does
18.
hit.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage,
Oh.
so that's 19.
It doesn't.
Okay. Grand.
It's all attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Zed.
Yeah, he needs to roll 15 or higher to hit.
Okay.
Even on disadvantage.
I'll step forward and deal a d10 to this guy.
Okay. Which guy is that? Sorry, is it the one you're currently standing on top of? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
Yep.
Is he still going?
He's still going.
I'll still focus on this one. Now I have flanking,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll grab it twice.
Okay. Both times hit. The first one is enough to kill it.
Yeah, in which case I'll do that to the one I'm standing in.
Okay. That hits. And I'm going to need to move you back again so that I can... There we go. Hi. There we are.
That is
Grand.
one hardy shade creature.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still? It's still going. Okay.
It's still going, but barely.
Okay. Hopefully the fire in its turn will. Oh, it'll probably be finished by one of the bodyguards.
Yeah.
So
Anything else?
I'm just sort of looking at directions. I think staying here is good to give advantage for hitting it. Actually, but I might. Yeah, this will do. I'm
Okay.
done.
Right. Hikan, it is your turn.
So, because I know I can technically move through allied spaces, I'm going to tell this guard to duck. And I'm going to cartwheel over him. And as I am in the spot right over him, I need dexterity saving throws from this guy and the harvester as I yeet the javelin of lightning at the harvester.
Okay.
Oh.
So let's see. So I'll deal with the more static things first. 27 is enough to hit him. So that deals a total of 28 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then he needs to make a dex save, which he fails.
Okay.
Takes a further 18. And then the Shade Beast, pass or fail, he can't save against that. So you just you tear through him, and cause the shade within to manifest, and like pull itself free from the charred remains of its suit.
So, as it was part of the same motion, this is where I wanted to be, so that would be 20 feet of movement. So I'm trying to keep track of everything. Since this guy's right here, I might as well punch him.
Okay.
Okay. That's a 25 for 16.
That is exactly enough in order to reduce it from full to 0.
Yay.
And then I will rush over next to Renji. And I'm going to spend 1 key point for Flurry of Blows, and we'll see what happens after that. So the first one is going to be 15, which misses, I presume.
Yep.
I believe it was a team that we needed.
I believe so. And then once more with Feeling. Natural 20.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Plus, I think these are D8s, but I'm just gonna... So that is a total of 14 magical bludgeoning, 9 force damage, and 16 necrotic damage. So that would be 14, 23... So 31 damage after resistances. I need 1 Constitution saving throw as I spend another key point.
12. He fails. He's going to spend a second legendary resistance to avoid the consequences of that.
And then that's action, bonus action, and most, if not all, of my movement. So.
Okay.
You call that good?
Yeah. All right.
I really picked him in the schnoz that time.
Yes, you did.
Then on his turn, he's going to begin incanting something with a verbal component.
My reaction to punch him in the schnoz.
Okay.
29 for 30.
Okay.
Can I get another Constitution saving throw, please?
Okay. That's a natural 1. So I'm guessing the spell fades.
It was to do Stunning Strike in regards to that. I did 20 damage because of Mage Slayer.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, then he spends his last legendary resistance to avoid that.
Is it a spell that he's using?
Yes.
Counterspell.
You can't spell it?
I am counterspelling it.
Okay.
It's your turn.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You snatch that spell out of the air. At which point the harvester throws out his...
Max said...
So upset. You taught me that.
Max says, yeah, that won me that time.
Yeah.
This is why people hate blue magic.
I'm literally blue.
Yeah. So as you counter his bonus action spell, he uses his main action to cast a different one.
Oh no!
I have no reaction.
What a shame! If only someone could counterspell it. I have to cast it. I have to cast it at 4th.
You have to cast it at 4th?
Because I'm out of 3rd level spells.
Roll, please.
Okay. 19.
Very well.
Play roll 20, not me.
Cast wish? Because no.
Yeah. And then his turn ends. Impa's go. She's going to deal with the last of this Shade Beast. And will force it to emerge from its suit. Aaliyah is going to dash over to here in order to cut down this one in turn. Max, before your turn starts, at the end of Aaliyah's turn, the harvester is going to incant a spell using one of his legendary actions to cast a cantrip. So he's going to manifest a trio of bolts, and he's going to fling them at each one of you in turn. So it's going to be
I'm gonna let him have this one because
natural
I don't
20?
have a reaction.
So that's 14 against Max, or 14 damage
Okay.
against Max.
That's fine.
29 for 10 against Hikan.
Okay.
And 19 doesn't hit Renji's AC.
19 doesn't hit.
Okay. Max, it is now your go.
All the blood that's leaking from Max right now probably just starts crackling with more lightning.
Mhm.
Which will manifest up around his head into kind of a dragon-shaped head as he casts Chain Lightning for the big damage.
Okay.
Dex save. 54 lightning damage.
Okay.
What?
I'm glad we got rid of his legendary resistances.
And then I
Me
will
too.
spend some sorcery points and cast Shocking Grasp again, 30 for 24.
Okay. Interesting.
And he has disadvantage again.
Aha.
I'm done. Because I
Okay.
use sorcery points.
Mm-hmm. Give me a sec. I just need to read a thing.
Sorry, we're bullying Harvester so bad.
All the vicious
It's
mockery I've done during our
it's-
conversations.
It's fine. He's probably going to kill me.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right. The suit is looking. It's hard to describe anything other than it is on its last ropes.
On its last legs.
Yeah.
Drop them up for you get him.
Maybe I should kill more monsters to get him more legs.
No.
No. That was a joke.
Fewer legs, please.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Next up, it is a Shadow Beast's go. This one, now freed from its combat, is going to run over and dogpile on this guard. Unfortunately, outnumbered, it is the said guard is unable to weather the onslaught and is beaten into the floor. This shade is going to reach out and try and grab at Impa, dealing a decent amount of damage as it snags onto her arm. This Shadow Beast over here is going to use as much movement as it can to get to this guard. He's not really long for this world, sadly.
Oh no.
And then I think that's that. Oh, there is this one guy over here who's going to try and snag the guard it was originally fighting, dealing like bringing that guard to his knees. There is a clatter of armor as he tries his best to remain upright, and that will be their turns. At the end of their turns, the Harvester will once again incant a cantrip, in order to try and hit each of you around him with more Eldritch Blasts. 28 for 11 against Max.
27.
24 for 12 against
16.
Hikan.
16. Disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, 27 for against Max, 16 against Hikan, and 19 against Renji again.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. So Fetia will hurl out a firebolt against this shade, dealing damage but not outright killing it. Then it is the guard's goes. This guard is going to try and intercept these beasts on the stairs, and just basically go there, take the dodge action, and try and prevent them from going down. These guards in turn will move to try and do the same over here. In fact, this one actually manages to get close enough in order to try and take a stab at it. And then these two will continue their assault on this one shade at the top. Then Renji, it is your go.
Okay, I'm going to keep very consistent and have a 24 on aspiration, no sneak attack damage on this one.
Okay.
For a total of 16 radiant damage for this attack.
On a 16 damage. Yep, that's fine. As a response, now that his no, actually, he's already used his reaction, hasn't he? Because has he?
He can't.
No.
He can't use reactions. I hit him with shocking grasp.
Oh yeah, so he did. He did. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then second attack, 24 with sneak attack damage.
Okay.
It is going to be 27 points of radiant damage.
Okay. All right. I just need to adjust some things on some layers here real quick.
Oh no, not layers.
He's going to turn into an ogre because ogres have layers.
Oh no.
So as you take this one strike, you swipe upwards. You the blade cuts through the midsection of the suit, and with that strike, the suit crumbles to the ground and like lolls backwards. And there's a pause as the singeing energy radiates from within this suit, and eventually it's overcome with a rapid explosion of darkness. I would like Hikan, Renji, and Max each to make for me a where is it? Strength saving throw, please.
I am not good at those.
18.
3.
16.
Okay. You each take 28 points of necrotic damage, and you are flung back 10 feet and knocked prone.
Oh boy. 10
As
18 didn't pass, huh? Okay.
I'm on 4 HP.
All's plenty, right?
I'm not dead.
Yeah.
Which
So
one would work best?
there. As emerging from the suit into the darkness, into like the still shaded room, is this tall, lithe figure that has grey skin with black streaks and glowing green lines that run along its malformed body, a long, sinister face with glaring eyes. As the harvester emerges from the suit, presented in his full twilly form, and he glares daggers at you, Renji, and says, "When I find your father and make you watch him die, do you expect him to beg for your aid, or to curse your name for what you have done to this world?"
No, Harvester. I expect you to die.
Okay.
Phase 2. The true Harvester.
Zayden.
Zayden, seeing all his allies flung apart like that, will give this guy a passing poke of fire.
Okay.
10 fire.
Yep, that's enough to remove it.
Okay. Then I will use a dash action to hurtle down here between these two. And stand here, setting him on fire again.
Okay.
5 fire. And then I'll stand just blocking Max, because Max is on Full health?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Very
stand here.
little.
Okay. Hikan.
Okay. I do not know how far this guy's reach is, so I'm going to go 15, 30 to get next to max. And then the worst part about this is he's still within 15 feet, and I still have wind punchies left. So we're gonna try to hit him once. Does 16 hit on this guy?
No.
Okay. Gonna try again. How about a 17?
No.
Okay. I'm going to spend a key point to do Flurry of Blows to put my reach out a hand to Max to help him up, but it's really just this twice. 8 and 8, so for 16 points.
16, yay. Double figures, I missed you.
I'm just doing a little bit of background stuff here.
Okay.
Also, question,
And because I had to get up from prone, that was all my movement. So
I have a question. Does the suit and this guy count as the same creature? Because if not, then he's not affected by the Jutting Grasp and the Claw of Chaos stuff.
Technically not, but he's still like has to carry over his legendary actions, and he doesn't get his legendary resistances back. But it's just
Okay.
most of the effects that he'd been weathered were on his suit now, so he's
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. But yeah, then it is his go.
Takes 3 first fire damage.
Okay. Right. So, on his turn, he's going to. He's going to quickly cast a spell. See, I'm saying it like this now because there's at least there's like 3 people who can fucking.
Fuck it, let's go. May as well.
What
I
level?
was gonna say, if you want to save your spell slots, I can hit him from here.
Roll, please.
Oh my god, a 12.
12.
He gets to
Okay.
cast it.
No, he doesn't. 25 hits, I bet.
The 25 hits.
Yeah, but does that actually stop him casting them?
Strike.
Okay.
See if his con's higher in this form.
No. Yeah. You manage to interrupt the casting as you stun him. Because he hasn't got any legendary resistances left.
Yeah, Hikan just kind of wipes the blood that's on his on his lips there from getting thwacked with the tail a couple of times. He goes, "None of that. Shame on you."
Mm-hmm. Impa's turn. Impa's going to run over here to help her allies and take care of this last shade. Aaliyah will move to.
Is he actually stunned, or is that just?
No, he's
only-
stunned. Stunning strike. He's stunned
Click it
until the end
for
of his
you
next
so
turn.
You can see it.
It
To
can,
the
it
end
can
of
be used on.
my, yeah.
It can be used on
my
any
next
attack.
turn.
Ah, cool.
And I got range for days because of that tattoo.
Yeah. I had to like quickly read between the things. Like, does that mean that that's a ranged attack? No, it's not. It's a melee with 15 reach.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Have you played ARMS on the Nintendo Switch?
I haven't played ARMS, but yeah. Max.
That's how it is.
Limp around a bit so that I'm not shooting Zidane in the back.
Appreciated.
Make sure I'm not hitting any guards. Come around a bit more. Does that get both of those?
It might be a bit difficult because that's technically a raised platform.
I'll stay here and just hit him. Fuck it. First lightning bolt. Dex save go.
Okay.
Maybe bails because he's stunned.
Hey.
48.
Yep.
And I'm gonna do a different spell this time because I don't want to get in melee right now. Spend sorcery points and mind sliver.
24.
Okay. May as well try. And then
Yeah. See. The Shadow Beasts are going to run down and engage with this guy in melee. This guy is this one's going to move down here to this one. This Shadow Beast is going to, unfortunately, unoccupied as he is going to deal with this guard on the thing on the upper platform. Just swings around and slams into him, sending him hurtling to the floor. On the Royals goes, they are not well, then they're going to remain where they are because it's safe there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Before I do though, no, I suppose it would be. Yeah, that's just no. Because it was, even if he could, within context, he's stunned, and a lot of his legendary actions are things he's actively doing. So it's, yeah, that's fine. Then these guards are going to finish off this Shadow Beast, and no, that's really all they can do. This one's going to take a chunk of HP out of that one, and it is Renji's turn.
Okay. Now that I get back up, I move 10 feet. And instead of like using aspiration to strike, I'm instead going to try and impale him and cast Vampiric Touch.
Okay. You have advantage on the attack
That is
roll.
22. Oh, I have advantage in that case.
Yeah, because you're flanking with Zayden and he's stunned.
That's still a 22.
Okay. Well, that hits.
But it hits, and I do 8 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And I heal half of that. And I say, it's time to take back what you have taken from others. As this effect continues.
Okay. Grand.
And that's it.
Yeah. Okay. As you do that, I would like you to make me a charisma saving throw and see if you can
Charisma saving
beat
throw.
a 10.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. As you begin drawing this this energy from the harvester into your blade, into you, you feel something more esoteric, more like more intangible be tugged along with it. And you begin to think that's what the old man was possibly talking about. As you feel something else being drawn rather than just the harvester's life essence. Zayden.
I'll do the usual step in, deal a d10, step out, and then 2 flame slaps.
26. Okay.
And that's me done.
Okay. You just kind of, as as Renji's just entered into this battle of will and soul, you just loom over the true form of the Harvester and assault him with flame.
I know you're having a dramatic final battle, but I'm still here.
I understand, and I appreciate all the help I get.
You can.
Hikan is going to do, because Max is currently out of the way, and I don't really feel like moving at this particular moment. Hikan is going to do, flavor-wise, 4 simultaneous strikes, one, because I don't know exactly where Renji's sword is, but one kind of like at the base of the neck, one at the lower back, and then one on each shoulder to push him further on the sword. So I'm preemptively spending a key point. Am I considered flanking because this is a melee attack? If not, that is okay. We have bullied the Harvester plenty.
You're not, because you're not rifling
Okay.
within 5 feet of the enemy.
That's fine. He's still stunned.
You do have to be within 5 feet of them.
27 for 17.
That hits.
22 for 13.
Mm-hmm.
24 for 18.
Okay.
And yeah, he's stunned, so that would be 21 for 19.
Okay.
And then he's no longer stunned.
Okay. Are you sure? Do you have any key points left that you want to spend?
I do, but I also know that a lot of people are low on HP, so I'm storing them up just in case.
Okay. Right. On his
That's me
go.
left.
Well, he can't, because isn't he stunned until the end of his next turn?
My next turn.
Your next turn. Okay, so he's
no longer
cognizant
stunned.
again.
Yeah.
Right. If that is the case, then he's going to, as folly as it is, once again he's going to try and cast a spell.
Okay. Reaction punch. 25 for 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm running out of spell slots, so.
I have no spell slots at the moment. I'm concentrating on Vampiric Touch.
Oh, okay. Um,
My caption says I'm concentrating on the Dutch. I don't want to concentrate on the Dutch.
if that's
Focus
the
on
case,
them.
on his turn, he's going to he becomes enveloped in this shadow once more, which heavily obscures him, as the twilight flame-like shadow begins to engulf him again. And I need to give him an aura.
I also need to. He takes another 5 fire damage.
Okay.
Oh,
There we go. Takes another 5 fire. Okay. And with that, he's going to move away from you, Zayden. See, this will be a normal roll, because while you're flanking, he is now heavily obscured, meaning that effectively you are blinded against him.
Is he heavily obscured? He's on fire.
But he's also covered in magical darkness, a la Shadow of Moyle.
Oh. The shadows turn dim light into darkness and bright light. So the area around him is dim light
No.
then? Yeah, the area around him is dim light.
Yeah.
Don't hit her.
It does not hit. Yeah, so from your perspectives, you see this cloud of darkness just erupt from him, and then he slowly moves, like he pulls himself free from the blade, and then slowly stalks around. And Renji, you can hear in your ear him say, "Do not forget, all this trial, all this tribulation that happens on this day, the lives that people lost, that is your doing.
That's what makes you feel better.
I may have nudged you, but we both know that this is exactly what you would do. And he makes an attack against you. 24 against your AC for
That
14
is my armor
force
class.
damage. As he swings, like, as you can see just barely within the darkness, this this sickening-looking blade manifest in his hand, and he swings at you in a brutal strike. And that will be his turn.
We'll have to make a concentration. A concentration check is a con saving throw?
Con save
Yeah.
against DC 10 or half of the damage, whichever is higher.
Vampiric touch is still up.
Okay. Excellent. But yeah, that is the Harvester's go. Impa is going to use her movement to try and back up this guard on the stairs. Aaliyah is going to run up and face off against this monster here. And then it is Max's go.
A bit closer. Yeah, fuck it. So 24, because he's good, for 7 lightning damage.
That
For
hits.
Witch Bolt.
Yep.
And I shall maintain that.
Okay. Sweet.
That's my turn.
Okay. Shadow beasts. They begin fighting back against those that are against them. This guard will, unfortunately, not be able to withstand the onslaught of 2 enemies, even if he is defiant, and he is ultimately hurled to the ground, discarded as if he were nothing before their assault. The royal family at the top will remain where they are, keeping as far away from the conflict as possible. The remaining guards will rush over to deal with the final foes in their way. And then it is your turn, Renji.
Okay. I'm going to try and hit the harvester twice with aspiration.
Okay. I mean, you're at disadvantage.
I'm at disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be a 15
That
for
is a
the first
miss.
attack, and a 24 for the
That
second.
hits.
Okay. With that, it's going to be with sneak attack.
Okay.
For a total of...
I don't think you can get sneak attack because you have disadvantage.
but I am... It's the only one enemy within 5 feet. But good
I'm
point.
pretty certain disadvantage cancels that out.
That is
Yeah.
a good question. And you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll. Okay, so instead it only does 14 plus 5 is 19 points of damage.
Okay.
But it is radiant damage.
Hmm.
And he currently has resistance to that.
Yeah. So for the sake of it, what I will do, because I forgot to do this when Max hit him with the witch bolt, I need to do concentration checks for the spell that he currently has.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well he no longer is obscured.
That means you get your sneak attack.
That means I get my sneak attack. That means I get I do let's see. 19 plus 20 plus 13 is 32 points of damage, and that is not halved.
Okay. All right. Okay. Need to also remove the stun marker from him. There we go.
Hmm.
And the obscured marker too. There we are. Okay. You all done?
I wonder. Let's see, for bonus actions. I will move over here.
Okay. At the end of your turn, the Harvester will use a legendary action to haphazardly swing an arm out behind him towards the fire elemental again. I'm going to need a charisma saving throw from Zayden, please.
Oh no. 21.
You're fine.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Okay. Once again, another explosion of twilight energy emanates from a point beneath you, but you're able to shake it off. And it is your turn.
Okay. Well, I have not too many tricks here, so same as usual. Burn.
Baby burn.
6 fire.
Okay.
Followed by 2 slaps.
First one hits, second one misses.
Okay. 20 fire damage overall.
Okay. Hikan.
Okay. Hikan's going to. Would you say that I heard the Harvester's whisper with a 19 passive perception?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. So I would like to just kind of like, as a flavor-wise, ducking in and out of the fire, as I've done at least once before, to come up and like kick the Harvester in the side of the head, a la like big anime kick, and just be like, "Don't blame others for your actions."
Dynamic entry!
Yeah.
22 for 18.
That hits.
I don't think I'm technically flanking at this angle, which is
Sadly not.
So that's a natural 1.
Mm-hmm.
E points. I have 3 left, just so you are aware.
Yep.
29 for 12.
Mm-hmm.
26 for 14.
Okay.
And then yeah, part of me wants to go stand in between Max, but I know Max does distance things and has lightning coming from his fingers at the Harvester right now, and I'm not going to get in the middle of that. So
Don't worry, it won't hit you. It's a target thing. It'll just go around.
But yeah, that is action, bonus action, and movement.
Okay. Grand. It is the Harvester's go once again. As you reel around and kick him and hit him, he just kind of like glares at you briefly and says, "I've had enough of your interruptions!" And I'd like everybody within 10 feet of him to make a strength saving throw, please. Unless...
Oh no.
Is this a spell?
It is a spell.
27 for 13 more.
Okay.
And you said a strength save?
Yes, please.
Ooh. Oh no.
17.
10.
12.
Okay.
I'm not in 10 feet, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All of you fail
Mm-hmm.
as he casts Arms of Hadar,
Oh no.
allowing this dark tendrils to reach out and batter each and every one of you. You take 14 necrotic damage, and you do not have your reactions until its next turn.
Joke's on you, I just used my reaction.
At which
Good
point,
timing.
having accomplished this, he will turn and stalk slowly towards Max, raising the sword and say, "And you have been quite troublesome. Perhaps Torquin was onto something. Maybe. It's odd that you and Renji find kinship But then again, you are both monsters. And he'll raise the blade and swing it towards you. 30 for 17?
Hits, I'm not down. And I need to roll what's half of 17?
It's less than 10.
Okay,
yep,
so I'm good.
you're
Which
good.
ball's still going?
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Alright,
Imper's turn.
cool. Can't wait for my turn.
Impa will run up here and finish off this last, one of the shadow beasts before maneuvering over to behind it. Elia will do the same with this shadow beast over here, freeing up that side of the corridor. But then again, they've got shades on their hands now, as they emerge from these corpses. And then okay. At the end of their turn, the Harvester will incant a cantrip, and is going to cast Eldritch Blast against Renji, Hikan, and Zayden. So going from top to bottom, we'll go 17 versus Renji misses, 19 versus Hikan misses, 19 versus a fire elemental.
It's
That's
only 13
8 force
AC.
damage. Yeah. And that will be... that's his legendary action for that time. Max.
Okay, so before doing the Witch Bolt damage, I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points to quicken my last 4th level spell. Plant the Claw of Chaos under this guy's neck, pointing upward, and say, I have become so much more than a monster. Dex save, please.
Oh.
13 doesn't do it.
47 lightning damage. And just for good measure, I will add the Witch Bolt damage on top for an extra 3.
Yay!
Yeah. You just like the lightning bolt, even if it is only a 4th level spell, has so much more anger and venom behind it as you snarl at him that it carries on further than it should do and impacts the ceiling of the room. There's just this cloud of masonry that falls around you from the impact of the bolt, and you feel this odd, painful sensation in your back. And
that's just us, like, going...
Okay. And then it's the Shadow Beasts go. They're going to retaliate.
Spice high on too
as they
much
can.
adrenaline.
Are we leveling up mid-combat?
Let's see. Yeah, that's fine there. And then this one's going to deal 3 there and 3 there as they combat the bodyguards and the guards themselves. At the end of their turn, I'm going to say because of that particular strike, it was like 50 damage in a turn. It'll take a bit of time for the Harvester to recover from that. He's dazed. He's in that kind of Street Fighter kind of dizzy pose.
You know when you get tased and it hurts and you can't move properly? It's probably like that.
Imagine.
Okay.
Getting electrocuted sucks.
Yeah. And then the Royals will hold fire, and finally it comes... Oh, the guards will fight back against the Shades a bit more. And these two will run up to back up Impa. And then... Renji, it's your turn.
Well, 2 more strikes with aspiration. And that is now with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
23 to hit. No
hits.
sneak attack on this one. That is 19 points of damage.
Okay.
And 26 to hit
That
with
hits.
sneak attack is 31 points of damage.
Renji Vox, Heir of Nihilus. How would you like to do this?
Yay!
Striking the back of the harvester as he's dazed by Max. I will slash through his back first, and then with the I will bring down my sword, pull the harvester towards me to have him face me, and I will stab the sword into his chest. Can I also roll my vampiric touch?
Yeah.
Okay. Just damage?
Yeah, just damage.
That is a total of 13 necrotic damage plus 5 Hexblade's Curse.
Okay.
And I will heal for 7.
It does.
I won't
the
make you do
additional
it.
damages the stuff. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, I won't make you do. I won't make you do
Charisma saving throw?
a charisma saving throw because you have dealt the killing blow. As you plunge the blade into him one final time, you feel what that connection is just immediately leave the harvester and enter you, and you feel this welling of power that is familiar but also different, more malleable, more yours. And the harvester kind of like
I try to make that mine inwardly, mentally, as I look at what's left over of the harvester, and I say, you should have died a long time ago. Finally, justice is served. And
bravo.
there's a mental click. And I think the worst thing that the harvester could hear at this moment is I lean in and I say, glory to the royal family of Hyrule. And that's it. I pull out aspiration, singeing a remaining essence.
He, with a look of disbelief, but mostly pure vitriolic hatred at you, Renji, the harvester is unable to manifest any more words with the singed hole within his chest, and slowly but surely topples sideways, and with a thunk is down for the count. I will say, grievously outnumbered, and on their last legs themselves, what remains of the shade creatures is quickly and easily taken care of. Something that is a familiar sentiment throughout the castle and throughout Castle Town, as more of Hyrule's forces rally and push back. It has been a trying day for each of you, but finally, an ancient enemy of Hyrule and a tormentor of a dear friend has finally been vanquished. We'll end combat there.
Quickly hand Max one of my potions of superior healing.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to drink it. It's been a while since he was a snarling mess on the floor, but he's having a relapse.
I would like to feed you the potion of healing then.
Can they be applied topically? He's got a lot of wounds. You can just like spray it at him like holy water.
How do you want to do that, DM?
Sure, I'd allow that.
Okay. That is 29 points of healing.
Yay.
Zayden will probably go up the stairs and start using cure wounds on each of the guards.
Yeah.
I'll go on the other side and use hands of healing.
Yeah. We return to this map here. Combat being over and all. There is a brief moment as all the bodies are taken care of, and Aaliyah and Impa return to the sides of the royal family. They all kind of just, I think, even given the circumstances, there is no need for decorum or pomp and circumstance. Everyone just kind of sits on the ground where they stand.
Yeah.
Prince Rufus in particular is just kind of he's quiet. He's just kind of observing this whole thing, and it's clear that he's shaken, but he's oddly resolute given the circumstances and his age. Marius is actually not doing particularly well. He didn't need, like, you can see from the sword that he's got, he hadn't need to use it against one single thing. There's no blood, there's no anything on the sword, and yet in that moment you can, like, it shakily leaves his hand, clatters to the ground, and he just falls onto the floor and just lets himself just and Sophitia just like stands straight, shakes her hands a bit, rubbing them, having not gotten used to using that much fire before, and looks over to her brothers and kind of just sits down with them, puts a hand on Marius's shoulder. Aaliyah keeps an eye on them while Impa, out of breath, looks over to the lot of you and says, "Take 5. But when you are rested," he points to the floor, "here to talk."
I think as I get back up from giving Max the potion, my ever-billowing cloak and my shiny armor now spattered with eldritch blood. I think Renji would consider himself to be like this heroic figure, but depending on whomever is watching, could see like this terrible, like dreadful knight. And looking over at Impa, this seriousness, this intensity still on my face, I consider what she's saying and just nod.
I get like 15 instead.
Fine.
Cool.
Just don't
Get towards the house to go check on
you
the
don't.
Maxes.
None of you leave town. You're not allowed to leave town until we've hashed this out. That is an order. That is a royal order. Royal order. She like says sternly to the 3 kids and like, yeah, royal order. Yeah, royal order. You have to stay.
I wish it comes already out the hallway. Max.
You don't give that to me. You calm the fuck down and you get back here and we
doing
talk.
it.
Then do it better.
I can't.
Max.
It's just kind of gripping at his shoulders with his free hand.
You didn't have to hear that. I'm so sorry. You're not a monster. We're not monsters. What we choose to do is good. Okay?
If you say so.
Yeah, I say so. Don't worry.
Max isn't going to go anywhere. He's just going to sit on the floor and wait.
Okay. Yeah. So as oh yeah, you were going to say something?
I was going to say, yeah, Hikan, just pretty much as soon as Impa said, fine, it's Hikan ran out to go to the house to check on the maxes.
Yeah. Well, would you like me to save that until next time to as a brief aside?
I'm fine with that either way. It's just that is Hikan's thought is I spent like the better part of a week helping these people, and their emotion they're like my buddy Max over there on the ground. And there's no one keeping them calm, so I'm gonna go do
It's
that.
fine. The house has just caught fire. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
The house is half frozen and half on fire. It's like, oh damn it.
We let Todoroki in here. Come on.
Yeah. But yes. Yeah, as you kind of begin to take a moment to rest and tend to wounds of others and begin like going out to see how the rest of the city is doing, I believe what we'll do is we will call that session for the day. Thank you everybody so much for coming along. Before we do, I'd like to congratulate all the players on their level up.
Yay!
And I believe you have a class change, don't you, Renji?
Indeed.
Some description, yes.
Yeah.
But yes.
I'm actually not losing my second attack.
Mm.
I'm gonna not refill my hit points because it wouldn't make sense for me to be healed after that fight.
Okay. But yeah. So everybody is now level. What level are you guys now?
14.
14. Yeah, 14.
Nice. But yeah. Thank you everybody so much for watching / listening. I have been ArticulateT. This has been Hyrule Chronicles Legend of Zelda D&D campaign. With me as always, I have had Renji Vox being played by the lad.
It is done. The harvester is dead.
I have Hikan Sio being played by Avrdal.
I couldn't decide which one to pick, so I'll go with the first one I had that I was going to use on the next attack if it got to my turn. He hit the Torquin button. He shouldn't have did that.
He shouldn't have did that. Nope. That's a bad one.
I have Zayden Shari being played by Robert Pirate.
Our mental just getting to deal D10s is great.
Oh yeah.
And
dice.
yeah.
3 dice.
And I have Max being played by Keistrith.
Time for Max to start spreading his wings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye now.
Bye.